Imagine waking up one morning, but your body no longer obeys your brain's commands. You want to smile, to speak, to step out of bed, but all you can do is lie still, eyes wide, staring into a void, a prisoner within your own flesh. This isn't a science fiction horror. This was the terrifying reality for over 1 million people a century ago. We are discussing one of the largest and most frightening medical puzzles ever recorded: the sleeping sickness pandemic, Encephalitis Lethargica. The case begins in the winter of 1915, right in the heart of the Great War. In Vienna, Austria, Dr. Konstantin von Economo began examining patients with strange, unprecedented symptoms. They appeared like living statues. Some slept for days and nights, only waking briefly when shaken vigorously to eat, before sinking back into a deep, unending slumber. Others were the exact opposite. They were fully awake, yet their bodies were completely paralyzed, frozen in whatever posture they had assumed at that moment. Dr. von Economo described them as living corpses, their minds still functioning but imprisoned within a tomb of flesh. The disease quickly spread across Europe and then globally, coinciding eerily with the devastating Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. For a decade, it struck without discrimination, from children to the elderly, the wealthy to the poor. But what was truly happening inside their brains? When doctors conducted autopsies on the unfortunate victims, they found a chilling commonality. A small region deep within the brainstem, the substantia nigra, responsible for motor control, was severely inflamed and destroyed. The brain cells in this area were decimated by their own immune system. The biggest mystery is not just how it attacked, but how it vanished. In 1926, just as abruptly as it had appeared, the sleeping sickness pandemic completely ceased worldwide. No cure was ever found. No vaccine was developed. It simply disappeared, leaving behind a generation of forgotten living statues in mental institutions. Decades later, in the 1960s, Dr. Oliver Sacks attempted to awaken them using a new drug called L-Dopa. The results were miraculous, yet deeply tragic. They woke up, spoke, and laughed, but after a short time, their bodies began to resist the drug, and they slowly sank back into their state of permanent freeze. Once again, their humanity was stripped away. To this day, the precise cause of encephalitis lethargica remains an unknown. A virus, a bacterium, or an autoimmune reaction following the flu? We still do not know. And the most terrifying part is, if it could disappear on its own, could it also return on its own?